Hey guys, this is Grumpy Old Bear here. We're here to talk to you today about Raid Shadow Legends. This video is going to come at you with the about the importance of the Forge, um, what benefits you can get from it, what gear you can get from it, that type of deal. Um, so let's get right into it. Then we're going to talk about today. We're going to highlight the Perception set. Perception set is one of my favorite sets. You get not only do you get accuracy, okay, plus 40 for each two-piece set. So two pieces grant you 40 accuracy right off the bat. That's huge, especially early game, um, and even late to end game. That's a big bonus. And it also gives you a speed of plus 5%. So not only are you getting accuracy, but you're getting speed. So perception um, is one of my favorites. Once it came out, I started using it a lot on a lot of my newer champions that I've been building. As you can see, my Ashelon is all in perception set. He has accuracy of 432 without an accuracy chest plate, and he has high, good crit rate, good crit damage. And this is all perception set. 5,000 attack, 206 speed, 92% crit rate, 265% crit damage with 432 accuracy. Why is this number so important? Why is accuracy so important, especially for a character like Astralon? Well, Astralon, he does a decreased defense, and he also does a weaken and a stun. Okay, so all this to land, you have to have accuracy. Now, what I like about his A3 is that not only is it a nuke ability, because he can nuke down waves and in PvE content like dungeons and stuff like that, but he can also nuke down an arena. Um, but if the opposing team has high HP, high defense, that kind of deal, the stun will let you go and come back around again before they get a chance to go. So someone like Astralon, who has that kind of move, you need high accuracy. Now, I would classify myself as a late gamer, not a mid, not in game, but I'm right there in that that sweet spot of that late part of the game. So looking at accuracy when you're fighting teams in the arena, um, especially teams that have high power or team power, usually you know someone with Raglan or something like that, they're going to have a higher team power because they're focusing on resistance. They don't need accuracy for her builds, that kind of stuff like that. Um, this probably would be a good one. They're not very good with resistance, but accuracy probably. So team power is really easy to bust up. Okay. If you look at my team power right now, it's 184. However, if I take Astralon out and put in my Foley, I'm at 188. Okay. So that's a difference of team power there. And the reason being that my Foley was an earlier build of mine, so I still need to rework him. But as you can see, he's got a resistance chest piece on. Okay. So his resistance is at 240 versus Astralon, who's at 120. Okay. So Foley's at 72,000 power, mostly because he has high crit damage, high crit rate, but his attack isn't what Astralon is. Astralon has Foley an attack by about 1,000. Okay. So that being said, the player power or the champ power can be affected greatly by resistance. Okay. A high resistance champ, actually a good one to look at is my Arbiter. My Arbiter has 300 resistance. Okay, her power is 49,000, but my fast Arbiter 33,000 because she doesn't have resistance. Same type of build, high speed. Good defense, high HP, that kind of deal. But the resistance, sorry, is boost the player power quite a bit. So that's something to take a look at. So perception, you know, you get these materials from faction wars. Okay. Now, if you're early game, you're looking at something like this where you're farming 3 to 4 star gear or 4 to 5 star gear. However, a thing to take note of even if you're 4 to 5 star gear, or 3 to 4. Okay, it costs 1,000 silver to craft this. Okay, so let's say you're early game and you're crafting this kind of materials here. You hit 1,000, you open the piece, and what do I got? I got a crit damage, you know, gauntlet with defense percent and speed. That's actually a really good piece. If this was a 5 or 6 star piece, I'd keep this 100%. Okay, but what I'm showing you here is it costs 1,000 silver to craft this. I'm gonna sell it because I don't need 3 star gear. But I gained 7,827 silver by crafting it and selling it. Boom, right there. There's silver. Okay, that's a lot. Now, same thing can be said for 4 to 5 star gear. 3,000 to make. Okay, and what do we have? A resistance chest plate. So I'm not keeping this, but it has speed and all that kind of good stuff. But look, it cost me 3,000 to make. I got an epic 5 star piece, 40,000 silver. Okay, that's a 37,000 silver profit. Take it. 5 star gear, 10,000 to make. HP percent boots with accuracy and speed. That might be worth keeping, depending on the kind of champion you're building and how fast you can get him without a speed boot. But still, 23,000 silver, for selling it. So this is a good way to farm silver, and you can do this with, resilience, deflection, whatever materials that you want or where you're at in the game. These are Doom Tower sets, that kind of stuff like that. So you want to look at using the forge to your benefit. When you go into faction wars, I think I've done all mine today, but you go in here and you can see, drops rare materials, right? And it tells you what kind of materials it drops. So rare epic materials, and then you get into the later stages where you can get epic and legendary materials, which gives you that, the further down you go on the faction war, the better materials you get to make that, instead of going 3 to 4 star gear, now you're making, 4 to 5 star gear or 5 to 6 star gear. So faction wars is important, even if you're doing, early faction war, let's say stage 7, 8, or 8, it's worth it because you can get these epic materials and boost your benefit from the forge. So that's important. I love the forge. It's a good way to farm silver, especially when you have events coming up like the fusion, where you're going to need an artifact enhancement event, where you're going to need to be, boosting champions with brews, or ascending champions with potions, leveling champions up. All that costs silver. Okay, everything you do in the tavern, except for ascending somebody, costs silver. So upgrade skills, cost silver. Upgrade rank, cost silver. Upgrade level, cost silver. So if you don't have, let's say, a lot of energy or a ton of energy during the event to farm, for gear, that kind of deal, or you're needing accuracy in your builds, but you also don't want to sacrifice a whole lot of speed. Well, to me, perception is the way to go. Accuracy and a speed percentage. So whatever your base speed is, that will be based off the that 5%. So someone like an arbiter, right? Arbiter, 110 speed base. So the perception set, if I put one set of perception on her, it's 110 plus 5% that I just added with the set. And you get 2 pieces is 10%. So that's 10 speed just off the sets without any kind of substat or anything like that. So perception for the win, in my opinion, especially if you're trying to push arena and get your speed up, especially if you're trying to hit your clan boss and land your debuffs, or dungeons and land your debuffs. Perception is a great way to add to your builds to maximize your potential. That's it. That's all I have for today about the benefits of the forge, how to get the materials, that kind of thing like that. Also during certain events, you also have to fight in the arena to get the materials. There's, when you fight a battle, I'll just do this one real quick because I know I can win it. There's no issues here. See that stun? It probably didn't land here because she's the negative affinity. It's probably the wrong fight to do quickly, but you know, it's gonna happen. There we go. So here you get the blue materials. And what are these? Used to craft artifacts in the forge. So again, arena comes into play. You have to do arena. Um, hopefully you guys are having better luck in there. But you see this, you got the blue that you get from the arena, and then the materials you get from the faction wars. And you get both resilience and perception from faction wars. So you have to do arena to get the blue. You have to do the faction wars to get the other, combination of materials. But again, perception is definitely worth it, even if it's just a farm for silver. You know, again, 10,000 here for the 5 to 6 star, and a helmet with crit rate and speed. I'm keeping that. I still need those kind of stats with this kind of gear. But you can see 10,000, and it's a rare piece. So I made 30,500 silver if I sold this. That's a lot of silver for nothing, for doing what you normally do every day, getting those materials, and then going to craft it in the forge. If you have someone like a Draco, if you have someone like a Frozen Banshee, if you have someone, you're focusing on clan boss, you want to get that damage output up. Well, you can see like in my clan boss team, I have perception sets, right? Perception set. And that all that does is give me a boost in perception and speed. So those things are great. Perception is a fantastic set. It boosts your accuracy without having to have an accuracy chest plate, or boost your accuracy. Let's say if you don't have an accuracy banner for that particular faction, you can instead opt for a damage piece with perception. Like I said, with my Astrolon, it's an attack percent chest piece, okay, with an accuracy roll to it. So I crafted that from the forge. All this gear was crafted from the forge. So you can definitely find really good gear in the forge. It's definitely worth it. I'm sorry for rambling. That's all I have for today. I hope you guys have a good one, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.